Hey guys, so someone asked if I could make a video focusing a bit on fast charging as Chroma. Um, so fast charging is what probably saves us the most time in Eidolon hunts. It allows us to get over to the terror list with a charged lure, get some wisp sound for our teammates, and it gives us a really quick start to the game. Um, so it's pretty important, especially when you're going for 6 caps. You need to be getting your fast charges done quickly and efficiently and consistently as well. But it's impossible to be 100% consistent because of game bugs and just other things that often get in the way. So I want to go over today some of the things you can do to make fast charging easier or better. And what to do if you fail a fast charge or you're going a bit slowly. So yeah, we'll get into that now. So first things first, we need to know Vonvolus spawns. I've shown in previous videos camp spawns. I would recommend looking at the New Planes guide. I show some fast charge clips in that on how to do it. I'll show some fast charging in this as well, and also some fast charge fails and what to do if it goes wrong. Generally speaking, it shouldn't be... It's a team effort trying to get fast charge. Your teammates at the gate have to do everything right, and you have to do everything right as well. So I'll show a bit from teammates' perspective as well, and what they should be doing. So after you dash from the gate, you've just loaded it in, and you come over to this rock here. I've lost it now. Here it is. Your first port of call is to wait and see if you can get any Vonvolus spawns over by the camp over here. That's going to be your quickest fast charge possible. Is to get the lure here, shoot that, and then 3 Vonvolusts should spawn somewhere either here, here, or here. And they will move towards the lure, usually. And then you want to shoot the lure, hack it, and then shoot the Vonvolusts so that they go in. A general rule of thumb, you want to be trying to shoot... You'll see Vonvolusts attached to the lure with like a beam of light. You want to shoot those ones first. Otherwise you risk them bugging out and not actually being taken into the lure. I'm not sure if I have any footage of that happening, but I will look for it. But basically, sometimes if you shoot a Vonvolus, I'm sure if you've done it, you've noticed sometimes they won't go into the lure. That's just because that the lure has locked onto another Vonvolus, and it won't go in. This can also cause a bug as well, where if you shoot 2 Vonvolus at the same time, the lure will take one, but it won't take the other because it's glitched out and it's locked onto the previous Vonvolus, and it won't recognize the other Vonvolus until you take the lure out of its range and then back in. Alternatively, you could kill the Vonvolus, take the essence that it drops, and then charge the lure manually by yourself by just void dashing through and back. Again, I'll try and find footage of that as well. If you don't get Vonvolus at the camp, the other places you're going to get Vonvolus are over here. So, since the updated planes, they've changed a few things with the spawns. So you can get a spawn here, when the waypoint moves. You can get a spawn here, although it's very unlikely now. You can get one spawn here, one spawn here, one spawn over here, and one spawn over here. Generally, if your teammates do everything right at the gate, you're almost guaranteed to get these spawns. And it should be your teammates' job to mark them to give you the quickest and most efficient run possible, so that if you don't get Vonvolusts at this camp over here, you can just turn around and immediately go to your marker where your teammates have marked the Vonvolus, and you can dash and you can charge them. So that's your teammates' job. Now, in order to get 3 Vonvolusts in a group, you need to have 4 players in your squad. If you only have 3 players in your squad, you will only get 2 Vonvolusts per spawn. This also includes when your teammate hasn't loaded in. So if you're on a 4-man squad and you only have 3 people loaded in, and that 4th man isn't in yet, Vonvalists in that time period when he is not in will spawn in pairs instead of groups of 3. So before you start trying to spawn them, you need to make sure that everyone is loaded in, and I'll explain that some more when we look at the clips of our teammates' perspective. But yeah, other than that, I think that's basically it. I'll try and find some footage of where fast charging fails a bit. There are some things you can do, but often it just results in maybe a 5 or 10 second delay to the start of your mission. If you have good enough VS players, they can take down the shield by themselves without wisps pretty quickly, and then as you try and find more Vonvalists, you get one of your teammates ready to shoot the limb as you go over, so that as you're travelling to the Eidolon, your teammate can shoot the limb rather than waiting for you to get there and shoot it. And then by the time you're there and the lure has TP'd, the Teralis will have spiked, and obviously because the lure's there now, it won't make any difference. But yeah, we'll get into the clips and I'll explain it some more there.
20.
Alright, so first of all we're going to look at our fast charge away from the camp. We're not going to look at our camp fast charge just because you can watch back my old videos to see them. So as you can see, our teammates there marked our Vonvalists for us. We're going to drop down, pop them with our amp, and then we're just going to run through them and let our lure pick them up. We're going to blink over to the Teralis, get our wisp down, and just like that. So now I'm going to move on to the teammates' perspective. So we're going to look at a Harrow view where we mark the Vonvalists for our Chroma. So we're just coming out here. So we're going to wait for our teammates to come in. Fortunately, we have very fast loading teammates, so we're just going to pretty much dash as soon as we can. So we're going to get in, go into our operator, dash out. And we see them pop up on the rock on the left there. And we're going to mark them for Chroma. Over to the Eidolon. Our Chroma knows where they are, so he's going to fast charge very quickly. Proc our shadow as usual. There we go. We can see the lure just turn blue. And down. So now we're going to go to a clip where the fast charge doesn't go so smoothly. And some of the Vonvalists just refuse to go in. So in this instance, since the Vonvalist bugged out a bit, I decided to pop them and charge it myself. So we're going to grab it. My teammates didn't see them, so I assume they're over to the forest.
Did you see them?
There they are. So we're going to pop them. And as you can see, one absorbed, but the other two are refusing to. So I pop them, grab the essence, and then void dash back through. We got some more there as well, so we were kind of lucky. Got there a bit late, but still managed to get a couple of wisps down. But yeah, so that's what you should do if the Vonvalists just aren't going in. And now I want to look at when the Chroma fails to fast charge. So the Vonvalists just fly away and do random stuff. And that's going to be from Trinity's perspective, and this is the last clip we're going to look at. So we're going to dash out here. We spot the Vonvalists up there. We're going to mark them for the Chroma, and we're going to head off. Usually as Trinity you find a lure, but if the Chroma is struggling, then you want to go straight there just so you can get as much VS as possible. And here you'll see that since the Chroma isn't going to charge in time, if you watch the lure it stays yellow, our Harrow is going to shoot the limb for us. So we'll get the shield down first, with all three of us shooting. And the Harrow is going to shoot the limb. As you can see, the lure's still yellow, but our Chroma has told us that he will have the lure charged, and he does. So he comes over, and he gets it over here just in the nick of time. So if you have any more questions about this, and what to do, you should be able to get Vonvalist spawns every single time if your teammates are playing properly. So that shouldn't be an issue. It's just important to know the little bugs, and what you should do if your fast charge is going to be a bit late.
Where am I going? I don't know where
Make
I
sure
am.
you cooperate with your teammates well, and you should be able to save a fair bit of time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.